Hey guys, so I just came across an article in LinkedIn written by Forbes.com. Jamie Gold is the author, and it's titled "Apartment Gyms Evolve into Wellness Centers with Concierge Trainers and Health-Centric Services." And they kind of just talk about what multifamily fitness spaces were like, decades ago. It might have been a room with a stationary bike and a set of dumbbells, and how it's evolved over the years. Okay, in the last 10 years, there's been like this surge in actual fitness centers in multifamily. So they've actually got full-scale fitness centers in multifamily. And now, over the last 5 years or so, on-site wellness activities are kind of on the main stage, or social fitness programs, group fitness classes, right? So they talk about a company that's doing this called LulaFit. So props to LulaFit, or LulaFit, for getting Forbes.com to write an article about them, or mention them in the article anyway. I did want to just kind of touch on this yoga studio that this property has built, and it's here. So take a look. So no argument, it's beautiful, right? Beautiful glass wall, great colors, very zen-like feel. However, I would say where they've missed the mark, this being a multi-family fitness studio, there are an umbrella of fitness enthusiasts, right? And under that umbrella, there's multiple formats. Yoga is just one of them, okay? I don't know what the percent of yoga enthusiasts would be at a 500 unit property, but it's a small percentage, right? Just like a strength and conditioning class, and a cycle class, and a CrossFit class, and a Pilates class, and a Zumba class, right? You have small percentages of people that like to enjoy those types of fitness. So instead of just building one yoga studio, they could have made some minor adjustments that would allow them to activate this space for 30 different class formats. Because the intention, guys, is to get your residents to re-sign their lease. Or the intention is to get your residents to lease up fast, or faster than your comp, right? Because every time an apartment goes on lease, you're losing money, right? So designing the social fitness space with that in mind, right? You're activating the space for multiple formats is how you need to be thinking about this out of development. And it gets tricky, right? Because I don't know if you've got your in-house design team designing this space, if you're working with a dealer or a fitness dealer, which most of those folks, see this through the fitness perspective, and they're not looking at it from a income-producing real estate perspective, right? So it's helpful to consider this out of the gate and partner with equipment dealers or designers that understand both sides of the coin. It's fitness, but fitness for communities, real estate communities. It's really a real estate company first, and then you're adding on these other services or offerings. And the folks you work with need to be able to understand it. They need to be able to speak your language, okay? You're all about resident retention, building deeper community, or leasing up faster, or being able to charge top of the market rents, right? If the social fitness space has considered all of those aspects, it's designed and built thoughtfully and well, it won't give you top of the market rents, but it gives you an argument to charge top of the market rents, or it helps your case to charge more than your neighbor, right? It will give your residents a reason to re-sign their lease. It increase resident retention. Okay, so a property with a yoga studio that offers just yoga classes isn't going to do as well with a property with a social fitness studio that's doing yoga, strength and conditioning, Zumba, and spin classes, right? You might as well design the space to be fully used and touch all of your residents. So a couple key points: partner with a dealer or a designer that understands both sides of the coin, real estate first and fitness, and design that movement studio that's functional and you can activate for multiple formats, not just one format, okay? Is your property future-proof, is the question. This is what all the folks are gonna want. This is on the main stage, okay? And if you go down to the second photo, okay, so take a close look. See how there's a treadmills in the back, right? On the other side of this piece of life fitness equipment. Now this, you know, the photo is primarily focused on this piece of life fitness equipment, and you can activate that piece of equipment. You can have 10 to 12 residents participate in a group fitness class there, but then you've got these other residents that will be on the treadmills back there, right? So it's not really its own separate space, its own separate class. All you need to do is frame out a wall and put a door in there, right? And then it's its own social fitness studio, okay? So there are tips and tricks that you can use from a design perspective that will not increase the cost very much, will not increase the cost at all, that you can implement from working with somebody that understands both sides of the coin, that will help your on-site fitness program. Yeah, there's a quote in here that says these gym spaces are more built out than what you would typically see at a hotel, and the newest buildings we are working with even compared to high-end boutique gyms. And this is the thing with high-end boutique gyms, right? So you have like SoulCycle. SoulCycle is just a cycle gym, okay? It's just a spin studio. So there's one group fitness class, right? Or you have an Orange Theory. That's just one format, right? You have their clients go to Orange Theory and they can participate in one format, right? So this guy in the article, he's right. Like, they do compare these high-end fitness boutiques, but that's where we're missing the mark, folks. You're taking these on-site fitness boutique models and you're putting it in a multifamily. Like, you're close. Like, we need to do that, but the space needs to be activated for all the formats. All the Orange Theory folks, all the Yoga Works folks, all the SoulCycle folks, CrossFit folks, raw yoga folks. How many formats are there, guys? There's Full Cycle, SoulCycle, there's Grit Cycle, there's so many formats, and just adopting one boutique studio and put it in your multifamily, it's close, but it's not the best use of your resources. It's close, but it's not the best use of your resources. The best use of your resources would be to design the studio for multiple formats and working with a design studio or a dealer that understands what your primary intention is and understands what your motivations are, right? They need to speak real estate, okay? They need to speak your language. Hey guys, I was just looking at the video I recorded for you yesterday regarding the Forbes.com article that we touched on, and I just did want to flesh out one point I made. I didn't flesh it out in the video, but it's this. So there was two photos in that article. There was the yoga studio, and then there was also this functional fitness space inside the fitness center. However, it was an open space. It wasn't blocked off. It wasn't its own entity, quote unquote, right? So when you're thinking through developing these spaces in multifamily, it definitely is going to benefit you to have a separate space that's closed off, right? So, you know, props to those folks that are actually building social fitness spaces in multifamily. However, you're going to get a more positive impact if it has 4 walls and it's its own actual space. Couple reasons. Music, okay? The music needs to be different than the music going on in the fitness center. Music drives these classes. Our instructors essentially design playlists specifically for each class. A lot of these social fitness boutique studios, during their interview process, when they're hiring instructors, they ask questions about their playlists because it's so important. The music drives the classes. So if you have your own space, you can have your own music for the classes. Very important. So music for your own social fitness studio. Another important aspect for keeping the space private or its own entity is lighting, right? So like I talked about in my other video, we're going to be activating these spaces for multiple formats. You don't want floodlighting in yoga classes, okay? You want to be able to dim the lights, turn the lights down, and give the class more of a Zen feel, okay? Especially in a meditation class, the lighting is going to be different. In a cycle class, the lighting is going to be different. If you've put any kind of killer AV fluorescent lights, you want to turn those on for the cycle class. So separating the actual social fitness space and the fitness center is very important, and separating them with actual 4 walls, right? It needs to be its own separate space. Like I said, props to all y'all that are actually building these state-of-the-art fitness centers with a social fitness space. You know, you're close, you're almost there, but frame it out and make it enclosed and make it its own entity. Okay, hope that helps. Have a killer Thursday, and we'll see you later.